yesterday, I was getting the oil changed in my Acura.
Over there. A metaphor?
No.
Yeah. Was that metaphor for a booster?
No.
I thought as fast as the oil came into the top of the Acura engine, it just came right out the bottom like a waterfall.
Well, a lot of times it does. I have to keep adding oil to it, but it does need to be changed.
Sometimes you got to take the plug out to get the sludge out.
Get sludge.
Okay.
Sometimes there's sludge.
Okay.
My son was with me, and we were over at Daryl's and waiting on his sofa while he did the oil change, which took 20 minutes.
Was Judge Judy up on the TV?
Judge Judy was on. You've got it pictured. On a black and white TV. Judge Judy. We're on an old couch.
The fuzzy picture.
Yeah. And another guy comes in. Daryl's going to work on his car, and the guy sits down. He's a bit older, probably I'd say late 60s, early 70s. And the news comes on, the 5 o'clock news, and they lead with COVID. And he turns to me, and he just goes, we had not even talked at all. He goes, "What about this vaccine?" And I'm like, yeah.
Trying to read the room?
I don't know if he's pro or con.
Right.
Like,
how do you engage?
Exactly. He's like, "What about this vaccine?" And I say, "I'm telling you."
Okay.
So you went right along with him.
I say, "Whoo."
Just kind of feel him out, though.
I've tried to feel. I said, "Boy, the world's gone crazy, hasn't it?" And he goes, "I'm telling you what, man." He goes, "We've got to get this vaccine or we're not going to get over this thing." And I was like, "Okay."
Oh, my God.
Okay. We can talk.
I did not expect you to go that way.
I'm glad you said that.
So we strike up a conversation. Then he gets on into health and stuff. He goes, "You know what's killing America? We're all fat. We're all overweight. We're all, obese." And I was like, yeah, well, this and that. And we get into that.
I have a fat friend. My best friend's fat.
And he said,
"No, I'm not helping him at all. I'm actually betting against him. He owes me $1,000, actually.
I'm taking money from the overweight.
I love him, but
I didn't get into any of that. But he started talking about overweight and this and that. And then he turned to my son, who's 16. He goes, "I'm telling you, son, I'm old enough to remember that nobody was your daddy's size." And
Damn. Oh, no. Yeah. He lumped you in.
He lumped me in. And my son goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, 50 years ago, ain't nobody his size. Look at him." And pointing at me, I was like, "I'm a zoo animal over here," And I was like, "What?" He's like,
"They died before they got this far."
He said, "Oh, no, man. In the 50s, nobody wore a double X shirt. You didn't have a 2X shirt."
It's true.
My son said,
"They just sold you off to the circus."
No, that's true. They didn't have 2Xs.
I know. He kept talking about me like I wasn't there.
I don't remember 2Xs till the 80s.
I was the first.
Yeah, you were the test.
Yeah. And he kept pointing to me. He's like, "Nobody your daddy's size out there in 1950. And nobody. We didn't have a double X shirt. They had to make a double X shirt. Now they're making 3X, 4X, 5X. Like, I'll tell you, that's the problem with the country. Look at this." And it points at the news.
Yeah.
And then
Acura. Beat up Acura. Well, I'd love to stay in chat.
Yeah.
That's us.
I couldn't believe it. It's like I wasn't even there, and he's talking about me. I was like, "Oh, we didn't have a double X." And I said, "I'm going to ask Chris Demm if there were 2X shirts," and I don't believe there were 2X shirts.
That's a good question.
Really?
Who invented and when? That's a job for our fact checker.
I mean, they may have been out there, but they're now they're widely available.
Maybe they did. We just didn't.
Maybe they just had euphemisms for it.
Well, they had big and tall stores.
They always had big and talls. When I was from my teenage years on, I recall that. I think.
Yes. But the 2X,
the 2X shirt.
I mean, now when I'm in a store, I see small, medium, large, XL, and 2X.
Part of it became a fashion thing. I mean, if you look at fashionable people, young people, athletes, musicians in the 80s, everything was big and baggy.
Yeah.
Everything.
You
intentionally got big stuff.
The Michigan players had those huge shorts, the Fab Five at Michigan. And then everybody was wearing baggy shorts.
And then when we got into the 90s, some of us didn't have a choice. We had to wear them.
We had to let everything
We needed the 2X.
Yes. And so, I don't know, it just piqued my interest about the 2X and when it came about and was it a thing. But that line kind of hurt, when he's...
I get it.
He says...
right there in front of your boy, just dressed down like that.
Yeah, and he said, years ago now, ain't nobody your daddy's size. And he looks over at me, and I look back at him like, oh, yeah.
He sounded like he wanted somebody to talk to. He's been inside all day.
It was good. I mean, he was pretty... we had a good conversation until he turned it to that, and it's like, oh, wow.
I don't think COVID had anything to do with people being fat, though.
Well, I don't think COVID came about, but that's an underlying condition.
I think he thinks it's taking out people who are overweight.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. He was saying it's an underlying condition.
Yeah, maybe.
And then he said, and he also said, being overweight, diabetes, heart disease, all those things are as bad as cigarette smoke was 30 years ago. Lisa, you're talking about 2X shirts when they came about. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think they've always kind of been out, but they were just held back at the stores, like the big and tall stores. You'd have to go get their, specific.
I think you're right. I think then when we became more mainstream, us 2Xers, then
they went out on the floor.
When they went, then they're
on
off
the displays.
You used to have to shop in shame.
Yep. Thank you, Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You have something in the back for me.
Yeah.
Got to go to the big and tall store. That's
exactly.
Right. Yeah. Shame shopping. Bob, you're talking about the 2X shirts. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm a P1, and I'm Demm's age, and I was a husky back then. That's how we sized.
Husky.
Excellent point.
That's right.
Excellent point. Husky was always there.
That's true.
The foods were McDonald's had little burgers, White Castle made a tiny burger, and then the guys invented the Whopper. And to compete with the Whopper, the guys invented the Big Mac, and we just kept eating and eating, and that's why we're here today, 40 years later.
Yeah, the portion sizes are big. There's no doubt
argue
about
with
that.
that.
That's true. Thank you very much, Bob. Appreciate it. Well, on the way home, and I think he's right, we stopped at Chicken and Pickles. I'm just going to be really honest about this.
Just the two of you?
The boy and I, to pick up for the family.
You broke.
Okay.
I broke. I had
No
nuggets.
wonder you're in such a good mood.
I had some nuggets. I broke. Yeah.
It's clear.
Yeah.
We should have known just for the fact that you didn't come in.
Yeah, you've been a little chattier this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lighter
A
hearted.
little looser. Even your posture's more relaxed.
Yeah, slightly bushy-tailed. I like it.
Much better. And I noticed, now we went to the Chicken and Pickles. I'm going to ask you about this, Dave. You know where I live. So you know the Chicken and Pickles I'm going to.
Yeah.
Is that their chicken corner?
Right there at Chicken Corner. Right there at Chicken Crossroads.
Has that been remodeled?
No, it is
So
still.
it's still a single drive lane?
Yes, it is. And they have,
Wow.
I think so. And they have, and I do a lot on the app now where I just wait for it. But I had to go through the drive-thru yesterday. The app thing was down.
That's a tiny footprint in that little
It
corner.
really is.
Okay. Across the street, there's a Wendy's, there's a fitness place, there's a, you know what I'm talking about. Right
the
across the
Wendy's.
street. There's a big sign that says coming soon, Chick-fil-A. Okay, so I looked at it and I said, wait a minute now. What's going on here? So I across the
Father and son.
Hail Mary, full of grace.
I
Your
said,
6-pound baby Jesus. I don't ask for much. I do, but this is an express. I'm trying to compose an email to you, Jesus.
And on the way home, it's on your side of the
on
road.
my side of the road.
You don't have to go left and right and left and
Don't
make
have
a
to do
left to
double
get out.
left.
That's true.
Let's
It's
go
right
to
on the
damn
right.
light.
So I said to my son, I said, look at that sign. Tell me what it says. Do these old eyes,
Son, you got younger eyes than I do.
do these old eyes see me? It says coming soon, Chick-fil-A. And there's like a cleared off, just like a little rope up there. And just a big sign says coming soon.
Wow, that's
Chick-fil-A.
huge news.
I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. So I go through the drive-thru now at the current Chicken and
Right.
Pickle. And I get up to the girl who's like 17, taking my order on her iPad.
Well, she'll know.
Well, I said, does that sign mean what I think it means?
Did you see the sign? Sir?
And
Saw
she
the
says,
sign.
I don't know.
Can't read.
I have no idea. But then my thought was, are they moving across the road, or are there going to be two?
Oh, they don't do that.
They
Wow.
can't do that. They
Like his
can't.
and hers?
Yeah, like
It's hard enough staffing that one.
There's no way they're going to. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
they're going to move it across the road, which suits me better because on the way home from work, I can just fly right in.
Is it in the parking lot of where the Wendy's is?
The Wendy's is right up front
Yeah.
in the parking lot. And in front of the Wendy's, but to the left,
Yeah.
is the sign that says coming soon.
So
Chick-fil-A.
but it would be in that.
I think so.
Is the tire shop, because there was a tire shop back there.
There's a
I wonder
tire
if that's
shop
still
there. I think there's
I
a
don't know
tire
if it's
shop
still
there.
open or not.
I don't know.
But
I
that
haven't-
parking lot is empty.
It is.
It's empty.
It's
is.
immense.
Yeah.
And it is
huge.
enormous.
So I think they'll put a chick.
But I think if you go to the left of the Wendy's, it's like a retaining pond. I don't think you can use that land.
Yeah, that's goose. There's gooses.
It's
over
goose area. It's goose land.
Yeah,
Well,
they
soon
can't-
there'll be chickens. That's goose land. Well, blow them out of the water. Get in there and win this thing. I don't know where they're going to. Maybe right up front. Like
Well, the people at Biscuit Town got to love this.
I know they're going to love it. They're going to love it because Biscuit Town has moved in right next to Chicken and Pickles.
Trying to elbow them out of the way.
Yeah, we got a real something.
It worked.
Yeah, apparently they blinked. They're going across the road. So I'd say in less than a year.
Why did the chicken cross the